Tell us who you are and tell us what you do at Decagon.
Yeah, I'm Matt, an agent product manager at Decagon. Agent product managers support customers through the whole life cycle. So it starts day one, we kick off a deployment, scope it out, and really manage the process of building the agent 0 to 1. And then beyond that, we support customers with really whatever's top of mind for them, whether that's launching new channels, optimizing existing channels, serving new sets of customers. We're really that end-to-end support for customers and that single point of contact.
What does Decagon do?
Decagon builds AI agents for customer experience. We really meet your customers where they are. So that could be chat, email, that could be voice, SMS. We can do things as simple as answering FAQ questions for your customers and as complex as taking any action that a human would. Canceling an order, locating an order, really the full spectrum of capabilities that a human would be able to take.
What are some of the biggest pain points that you're seeing in retail CX and retail product teams today?
Yeah, I think there's a couple pain points that come to mind. The first is seasonal demand. Often retail is highly seasonal. The most common season is the winter season and holidays when there's lots of gifting happening. With an agentic AI solution, you no longer have to hire an army of temporary workers to meet that surge in demand. We have a customer that I work with that has a huge marketing campaign around the Tour de France, which is underway right now, and we've enabled them to avoid having to hire a ton of workers or fall really behind on customer tickets in this really important time of the year for them. So that's the primary issue that we see. And then similarly or relatedly is just very low value work. There's a lot of workflows within retail that are printing a return label, looking up a tracking link that take up a lot of time, but are not really uniquely suited for a human to do. And so an agentic AI solution like Decagon can help automate all of those types of work so that the human agents are only solving for the exceptions, the most high complexity tasks.
How do you think Decagon specifically is uniquely suited to serve retail companies?
Decagon really has a point of view that we want the customer to be able to self-serve as much of the agent building as they want. Often, when we go through these builds, we will start out by helping customers go through that 0 to 1 process, incorporating a lot of the best practices that we've learned from all of our existing retail customers. But we find that at the end of the day, we want the operator to actually have the ability to make changes to their agent based on the changes that are going on in their business. And we don't want us to have to be the bottleneck on being able to add a new workflow for a promotion or updating language on how we handle certain situations for the agent. And for us, that's really a point of view that we've taken in building the product and something that really resonates with retailers.
Can you tell us about agent operating procedures a bit more?
Agent operating procedures are Decagon's version of standard operating procedures. It's a way to express in natural language, just like you would for a human, the workflow that you would like our AI agent to go through. They're extremely simple to write. You can actually take a standard operating procedure and we'll generate an agent operating procedure directly for you. And the maintenance of that logic really sits with our customers and their team. We can ultimately collaborate and help write those agent operating procedures for our customers, but a lot of our customers like to own that themselves so that they have full control over the experience. Another thing that's great about agent operating procedures is they cover not just the what, so the business logic, but the how. So how do we actually deliver that response to the customer? We provide a number of different tools for the customer to actually implement their own brand guidelines in our responses. I think one of the examples that comes most to mind is I work with a company that's in the baby food business, and they have weekly deliveries that go out, and sometimes, out of everyone's control, those deliveries don't show up on time. And so something that's really, really important to them is to always show empathy for the customer, right? Their baby's meals didn't show up that week, or they're showing up a day later, and that's something that they have full control over, and we've been able to deliver a really on-brand experience for them to always show the level of empathy that they feel appropriate for the situation.
What is an example of a common workflow that you might automate for a customer using an agent operating procedure?
Yeah, the most common that we see in retail is the where's my order workflow. Extremely common, right? Customer orders something, maybe it's a little bit delayed, maybe they're just a little bit anxious. They reach out and want to understand where their order is. And these can be quite complex. There might be various exceptions made around, if an order has been sitting in the same stage for a certain amount of time, you want to escalate that to a human, we can handle all of that complexity and really automate that where is my order process and significantly reduce the load on human agents from simply fetching a tracking link.
What's been one of your favorite moments that you've had working with a Decagon customer?
For me, the favorite moments are always around launches. It's really exciting to see both like our customers being super successful, but also customers, and reading those conversations as they come through and seeing how delightful of an experience we can create. I think my favorite is looking at transcripts and seeing when the customer actually says thank you to our AI agent, because it's provided such a positive experience that they're thanking it for all the great work it's done. So that brings me the most joy. If somebody wants to learn more about Decagon and how we can deliver a concierge level customer experience for their customers, tell them to reach out. Happy to have a conversation no matter where they are in their journey.